All right, so we're diving into the world of crypto investing today.
Sounds good.
We're going to try to use Craig Percoco as our guide.
Okay.
And, we've all heard the hype by now.
Yeah.
Digital gold, DeFi, life-changing returns.
For sure.
But where do we even begin? Like, how do we even start with this stuff?
I think a lot of people feel like everyone's speaking a different language.
Yeah.
But the truth is, when you really get down to it, cryptocurrency is about taking control of your financial future.
Okay.
It's about understanding these decentralized systems.
Okay, decentralized systems. I like the sound of that already.
Yeah.
So less reliance on those traditional players.
Yeah, for sure.
More transparency. Break that down for me.
So imagine a system where there's no single entity, like a bank or a government, dictating the rules. And that's the beauty of cryptocurrency and the technology behind it. Blockchain.
Okay.
It's basically like a public ledger accessible to everyone, which makes all transactions transparent and secure.
Okay, so I see the appeal of that, but crypto seems to be about so much more than just secure transactions.
It is.
It's this whole idea of building wealth, right?
Yeah.
That's what's driving all this excitement.
It's definitely a factor.
Yeah.
I mean, remember those early investors who rode the wave of the internet boom?
Uh-huh.
Crypto has that same ground floor energy,
Yeah, okay.
But to really grasp its potential, you have to kind of understand the economic forces at play.
Okay.
And frankly, some of them are a little unnerving when you think about traditional finance.
Unnerving. All right, now you've really got my attention.
Okay, so let's talk about currency debasement. Debasement.
Okay.
Basically, it's like when governments print more money.
Yeah.
And suddenly your dollar doesn't stretch as far as it used to.
Right.
Prices go up, your purchasing power takes a hit.
And we're seeing that every day.
Every single day.
Yeah. Groceries, gas, it all adds up.
Everything.
So how does crypto offer a solution to that then?
So this is where Bitcoin steps onto the scene.
Okay.
Now, unlike those dollars that are printed with, reckless abandon,
Right.
Bitcoin has a limited supply.
Okay.
Only 21 million will ever exist.
Wow.
This scarcity, it's by design,
Okay.
and it's a major reason why it's often compared to gold.
Okay.
Historically a trusted store of value.
Right. Digital gold. Yeah, I've heard that thrown around, but I mean, is that really a fair comparison?
Well, consider this. The U.S. dollar has lost 97% of its value over the last century.
Wow.
97%.
Okay.
That should make anyone question what their money will be worth in the future.
Yeah.
And then Bitcoin, with its fixed supply and decentralized nature, starts to look like a very appealing alternative.
Yeah. 97%. I mean, that's insane, actually.
That's huge.
Okay, so I'm starting to see why people are flocking to crypto. It's not just about getting rich quick. It's about preserving wealth, potentially, in a world where traditional currencies are, they're losing their value.
Exactly. And while Bitcoin might be the most well-known player, it's just the tip of the iceberg.
Okay.
Remember when we mentioned DeFi earlier?
Yeah. Decentralized finance, that sounds like a whole other deep dive waiting to happen.
Yeah, we'll get there.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
You're right, but it is worth noting that while Bitcoin primarily acts as a store of value, other cryptocurrencies, like Ethereum, are powering groundbreaking innovations like DeFi.
Okay, I'm all ears. Give me a little taste of what DeFi is all about.
Imagine a world where you can access financial services without needing a bank.
Okay.
Where loans, investments, even insurance are all powered by code and accessible to anyone with an internet connection.
Wow.
That's the promise of DeFi.
That sounds incredible, but I'm not going to lie. If I'm being honest, a little overwhelming.
Yeah.
Where does a newcomer even begin to wrap their head around all this? It's like we've stepped into a parallel universe of finance almost.
Yeah, in a way we have, but just like exploring any new frontier,
Right.
We need the right tools and knowledge to navigate it effectively.
Okay.
Can't just wander out there blindly.
Yeah. And luckily for us, Craig Percoco has already mapped out some of this territory.
He has.
He's big on using online tools to his advantage, right?
He's
using websites, different resources.
Absolutely. In fact, he recommends a few key websites that can really level up your crypto game.
Okay.
CoinMarketCap, for example.
Okay, CoinMarketCap. That sounds familiar.
Yeah.
Isn't that where you can, check the price of Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies?
It is, but it's far more than just a price tracker. Think of it as your crypto encyclopedia.
Okay.
You can dive into the details of almost any coin out there, its history, market capitalization, trading volume, and even links to its official website.
Wow. Okay, so if I want to get a quick snapshot of a particular cryptocurrency, CoinMarketCap is my go-to.
Absolutely, and if you want a second opinion, CoinGecko offers a similar suite of features.
Okay.
It's always smart to, cross-reference your information.
Makes sense. Yeah, double-checking never hurts.
Exactly.
Now, I remember Percoco mentioning another site that sounded kind of intriguing, DeFi Llama.
Yes.
It's all about decentralized finance,
Yes,
right?
it is, and it provides this fascinating metric called total value locked.
Okay.
Think of it as a gauge of investor confidence
Okay.
in a particular DeFi project or blockchain.
Interesting. So the higher the total value locked, the more optimistic people are about its potential.
You got it. Percoco actually uses this metric to compare different blockchains
Okay.
and sniff out potential investment opportunities.
Okay, now you're talking my language.
Yeah.
Give me an example.
So he's particularly bullish on Coinbase's new blockchain called Base. By comparing the total value locked on Base to a more established chain like Binance Smart Chain,
Okay.
he can kind of get a sense of its relative growth trajectory.
Interesting.
It's like spotting a rising tide before everyone else is talking about it.
That's some savvy analysis right there.
Yeah.
But let's be honest, sometimes those price charts can feel like deciphering ancient hieroglyphics.
Yeah, they can be intimidating.
Yeah.
But don't worry, you don't need to be a technical wizard to make sense of them.
Okay.
Percoco recommends a platform called TradingView.
Okay.
The basic version is completely free to use.
Free. Okay, I like the sound of that already.
Yeah.
What makes TradingView so special?
For one, it lets you visualize price movements in a very user-friendly way. You can draw trend lines, which help you identify whether a crypto is generally moving upwards, downwards, or sideways.
Okay, trend lines. So if I see the price breaking above a downward trend line, that could signal a potential reversal.
Exactly. Percoco calls those breakouts.
Okay.
And they can be very powerful indicators.
Interesting.
Conversely, if the price bounces off an upward trend line, it might be a sign of a temporary pullback before the uptrend continues.
Gotcha. So it's like reading the tea leaves of the market, but with more data and less guesswork.
That's a great way to put it.
Okay.
Now, if you really want to level up your chart analysis, Percoco has another trick up his sleeve, Fibonacci retracements.
Fibonacci, that sounds vaguely familiar from like high school math class.
Yeah.
Something about spirals and seashells.
You're on the right track.
Oh.
It might seem strange, but these naturally occurring ratios, which are found everywhere from nature to art, can actually help us predict potential support and resistance levels in the price of crypto.
Okay, I'll bite. How do these Fibonacci spirals translate into actual trading decisions?
Well, without getting too deep into the weeds, these ratios often align with points where the price of a crypto might reverse course.
Right.
Percoco uses them to identify potential dip buying opportunities.
Okay.
Times when a temporary dip in price presents a good entry point for a trade.
Interesting. So instead of getting scared off by those sudden dips, Percoco's using Fibonacci to potentially buy low and sell high.
Yeah.
I like his style.
It's a classic strategy.
Yeah.
Of course, it's riskier than just simply holding for the long term.
Right.
And Percoco emphasizes that he teaches those short-term trading strategies in more depth elsewhere.
Oh.
But it's a fascinating example of how you can use technical analysis to your advantage.
For sure. So let's say I'm ready to put some skin in the game. You know, we've done our research. We're feeling good about our strategy. Where do we actually buy and sell these cryptocurrencies?
So that's when you step into the world of crypto exchanges.
Okay.
There are two main types, centralized and decentralized.
Okay.
Think of them as the bustling marketplaces of the crypto world.
Okay, I'm picturing a scene from Star Wars, only everyone's trading Bitcoin instead of, I don't even know what they traded in Star Wars.
Right, exactly.
But what's the difference between these two types of exchanges?
So centralized exchanges like Coinbase or Binance are more user-friendly,
Okay.
especially for beginners.
Yeah.
They act as intermediaries, facilitating the buying and selling of crypto.
So a bit like traditional stockbrokers, but for the digital age.
That's a great analogy. They offer convenience and a degree of security, especially since they're often regulated.
Right.
However, you are trusting them with your crypto to some extent.
That makes sense. So if I want more control over my crypto, I'm guessing decentralized exchanges are the way to go then.
Exactly. DXs, as they're often called, operate on blockchain technology, allowing for direct peer-to-peer transactions without the need for a middleman.
Interesting.
You connect your own cryptocurrency wallet, like MetaMask or Phantom,
Right.
and you trade directly with others.
Gotcha. I do love the sound of cutting out the middleman, but I'm guessing that comes with a trade-off, right?
You're right. DEXs require a bit more technical know-how,
Okay.
and you're responsible for managing your own wallet and private keys. You lose those keys, your crypto's gone for good.
Yeah, that's a bit more responsibility than I'm used to.
It is, yeah.
What does Percoco recommend for someone just starting out?
He actually suggests dipping your toes in the water with a centralized exchange like Coinbase,
Okay.
especially for getting money in and out of the crypto market.
Okay.
It's like starting with training wheels before hopping on a two-wheeler.
Got it. Start slow, build confidence, then explore the more advanced options.
Exactly.
But with all this buying and selling, how do we even keep track of it all?
Right.
My brain's already doing backflips just thinking about it.
Organization is key, especially when it comes to taxes.
Okay.
Luckily, Percoco has a surprisingly simple solution.
Okay, what's that?
He uses CoinMarketCap's portfolio feature.
Wait, the same CoinMarketCap we talked about earlier for checking prices?
Yeah.
It does that too.
It does.
Uh-huh.
You can input your transactions, and it'll track your overall profit and loss across different exchanges.
Okay.
No more spreadsheets, no more frantic note-taking.
Now that's what I call a win-win.
Right.
Yeah.
Makes life a lot easier.
So I've got my research tools, I know where to trade, I'm staying organized like a pro.
You got it.
But what about the actual investing part?
Yeah.
What does Percoco recommend for someone like me? Eager to dive in, but still a bit green.
Sure. So when it comes to crypto investing, there are two main approaches.
Okay.
Long-term investing and short-term trading.
Okay.
Each has its own set of advantages and risks. Think of it like choosing between a scenic hike and a wild roller coaster ride.
Okay, I'm game for both. But let's break it down. What's the lowdown on long-term investing?
So long-term investing is about identifying crypto projects that you believe in for the long haul.
Okay.
Think of it like planting a seed and patiently nurturing it into a mighty tree.
Okay.
You're holding for a year or more, potentially riding out market volatility to benefit from long-term growth.
So similar to investing in the stock market for the long term.
Exactly.
Patience is a virtue.
Exactly. And here's a bonus.
Okay.
Holding for over a year often comes with lower tax rates on any profits.
Really? Okay, so it's a win-win for your portfolio and your peace of mind.
There you go.
Music to my ears. But with crypto being so volatile, how do you even begin to choose which projects are worth that long-term commitment?
That's where Percoco's insights really shine.
Okay.
He has a knack for spotting those diamond-in-the-rough opportunities.
Okay.
Remember when we talked about Bitcoin's mining cost?
Vaguely, we were talking about galaxies and spirals a minute ago.
Right, exactly. So Bitcoin mining is a complex process.
Okay.
But essentially, powerful computers are solving intricate math problems to verify transactions and secure the network.
Okay.
In return for their efforts, these miners are rewarded with newly created Bitcoin.
So the mining cost is how much it costs these miners to run their operations and generate that new Bitcoin.
Exactly. And here's the interesting part.
Okay.
Historically, when the price of Bitcoin dips below its mining cost, it often presents a very compelling buying opportunity.
Why is that?
It's simple economics. Miners are less likely to sell Bitcoin for less than it costs them to produce, right?
Right.
So that price floor acts as a potential launchpad for future price increases.
So Percoco is essentially looking for those moments when fear in the market creates an opportunity for savvy investors to buy low.
Exactly. Of course, it's not a foolproof strategy,
Right.
but it illustrates how understanding the underlying mechanics of the crypto market can give you an edge.
Right. Okay, now I know you're also curious about the faster-paced world of short-term trading.
Yeah.
Short-term trading, kind of the wild west of the crypto world, right? High risk, high reward, not for the faint of heart.
That's one way to put it. Yeah, short-term trading is all about capitalizing on those rapid price swings that we often see in the crypto market.
Yeah.
It requires nerves of steel, a deep understanding of technical analysis, and a healthy respect for risk management.
Okay, I'm already feeling a little lightheaded, but for those who are drawn to this fast-paced world, what are the key things to keep in mind?
So remember those Fibonacci retracements we talked about
Right.
for identifying those dip buying opportunities?
Yeah, the whole galaxies reflected in price charts thing.
Exactly. Well, short-term traders use those same principles along with a whole arsenal of other indicators to try and time their entries and exits in the market.
Interesting.
They're looking for those small windows of opportunity to buy low and sell high, often within very short time frames.
So instead of planting a seed and watching it grow, it's more like catching lightning in a bottle.
That's a very vivid way to put it. And just like catching lightning, it requires precision, timing, and a bit of luck.
Yeah.
It's not for everyone, and Percoco emphasizes that it's crucial to have a solid understanding of the fundamentals before even considering this approach.
For sure. For sure. So is short-term trading all about just staring at charts all day, trying to, outsmart the algorithms.
It can certainly feel that way, but ultimately successful trading is about managing risk effectively.
Right.
Knowing when to enter a trade, when to exit, how much you're willing to risk on any given trade.
So it's not just about chasing those big wins, it's about protecting yourself from those potential losses as well.
Precisely. Percoco often talks about the importance of having a trading plan.
Okay.
Setting stop-loss orders to automatically limit your losses.
Okay.
Never risking more than you can afford to lose.
Those sound like words to live by, no matter what your investing style is.
Absolutely.
But let's shift gears for a moment. We've talked a lot about the how of crypto investing.
Right.
But what about the where? Specifically, where do we actually store our crypto once we've bought it?
That's a great question, and it leads us to the concept of self-custody.
Okay.
Remember when we talked about the difference between centralized exchanges like Coinbase and decentralized exchanges?
Vaguely, it was something about Star Wars and, wait, was it trading spaceships? My memory's a bit fuzzy.
So the key takeaway is that with centralized exchanges, you're essentially trusting a third party to hold your crypto.
Okay.
It's convenient, but you are relinquishing some control.
Right.
Self-custody is about taking full ownership of your crypto assets.
Okay. I like the sound of that. More control, more autonomy. But how does it work in practice?
So this is where those cryptocurrency wallets that we touched on earlier come into play.
Okay.
Remember MetaMask and Fantic?
Right. The digital wallets for the decentralized world.
Exactly. These wallets allow you to interact directly with the blockchain,
Okay.
giving you full control over your crypto, but with great power comes great responsibility, right?
Always. So if I lose the keys to my digital wallet, my crypto is gone forever.
That's the risk, and it's why security is paramount.
Okay.
Percoco is a big advocate for hardware wallets, especially for storing larger amounts of crypto.
Hardware wallets, those are the ones that look like fancy USB drives.
He specifically recommends Ledger Live. Think of it as a high-security vault for your digital assets.
And it's offline, so less vulnerable to hacking and things like that.
Exactly. It's called cold storage.
Okay.
It's considered the gold standard for crypto security, especially if you're planning to hold for the long term. A hardware wallet offers that extra peace of mind.
Wow. We covered so much ground today. It's been a real crash course in crypto investing, from like the fundamental concepts to some surprisingly, advanced strategies. And if you're listening to this right now, your head isn't spinning, you're officially a crypto whiz.
Or you've been secretly studying up on the side.
Right, exactly. But we barely scratched the surface of this vast and ever-evolving world.
Dip our toes in.
Yeah, exactly. But for our listeners who are just starting their crypto journey, what would you say is like the most important thing to remember as they kind of navigate this new landscape?
More than anything, approach it with a healthy dose of curiosity and a commitment to continuous learning.
Okay.
This space is constantly evolving.
Yeah.
And the best way to stay ahead of the curve is to never stop exploring.
Wise words. This deep dive has definitely sparked my curiosity, and I have a feeling I'll be revisiting these resources as I continue my own crypto journey.
And that's the beauty of it. It's a journey of discovery.
It is.
With each step you take, you're kind of opening yourself up to new possibilities.
I like that.
Yeah.
So as we wrap up our deep dive today, what's the one question you think our listeners should be asking themselves as they venture further into this world?
I think the biggest question is, what role do I want crypto to play in my financial future?
Okay.
Because once you answer that question, the possibilities are truly limitless.
I like it. All right. Well, on that note, thank you for joining us for this deep dive into the world of crypto investing. Hopefully you feel a little bit more informed and a lot less intimidated by this exciting new asset class. Until next time, happy investing, everyone.